Peace, HHDG. We are on another episode of HHDG Media, the podcast. And shout out to our crew that makes this happen day in, day out, week after week, month after month. Rock Vader KB, T. Smith, the Mayor, Skelly Top, and myself, Wiki. All of us together make up HHDG Media. Shout out to our Facebook group out there, HHDG Hip Hop Discussion Group, doing their thing right now. Plenty of y'all tuning in, as well as those tuning in through YouTube right now. And as always, as you can see down on the bottom, the hhdgmedia.com, go check out the music that we have up on there, as well as merch, similar to what I'm wearing right now. We got mugs on there as well, some hoodies when that time comes. Summertime right now, so sticking with the tees. Definitely go out there and support. And we have more events coming up soon. We'll definitely have them up on there for everyone to go check out and see which state, which region of the U.S. they'll be in. Now, as for tonight, we got an MC, producers, both coming out of two different areas. They've definitely known each other, for some time, as we had Storm Watkins on there about a year ago, and he mentioned his fellow HGK member, Mr. Bax, coming out of North Carolina. And then this year, he dropped a very dope album. This album speaks on many levels, and mental health is definitely one of them, which is, I find, to be very important in these days and times right now. He dropped a ill little project prior to that we're going to talk about, showcasing some of his favorite groups and MCs. He rhymed over some ill instrumentals that we definitely know of. And two of them continue to work together, dropping some dope music. And the work ethic is definitely continuously shown. And the work ethic with Storm Watkins, man, I think he lives in the studio the way he puts out music. I feel that when something comes to him and influences him, he's right there with the music. That's his heart right there. And I'm sure as we get into this interview, we're going to find out more about Mr. Bats and, more of what's coming from his heart as well. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce, coming out of Wilson, North Carolina, Mr. Bats. And coming out of Baltimore, Storm Watkins.
What's going on?
Peace. Oh, we just lost Mr. Bass, so join back in when you get the chance. Definitely, appreciate the two of you taking the time to speak with us tonight on HHDG Media.
We appreciate being here.
There you go.
Yeah,
How you
I'm
doing,
back,
Mr.
man.
Bats? Cool.
I'm doing all right. How about yourself?
I'm doing good. Cool. So before we talk about the project that you did together, as well as Storm Watkins, you got Blue. That's the most recent album that's out right now. Tell us about All Gold Kings and how the two of you came to be.
I'm gonna let Mr. Bats answer that.
All right. Oh man, so we've been knowing each other probably over. Well, it's been over 10 years now, so it's probably about 11 or 12 years now. So man, we met in junior high. So we was probably about 10th, 11th grade, something like that. So, but man, we've been friends since then. So Storm always been on the beach though. And I used to sit there and watch this dude make beats. You know what I'm saying? So from scratch, I just be chilling at his crib, whatever. He making the beats in the background, playing the game, you
For
know what I'm saying?
real.
So, but back then I won't really, we both always had a passion for music though. That's one thing I can say. So we always talked and debated about music and stuff and talked about it or whatever. But back then I won't really write rhymes though. I just, I always loved music though, but I wasn't messing with the pen back then though. So,
Okay.
I was just listening to the beats or whatever. But yeah, man, we've been friends, like I said, for about 10 plus years now. So
That's
met at
great.
the bus stop.
Tell the real story, man. You ain't even want to dap me up when you met me. I don't know why you playing right now. He didn't even want to dap me up.
Hey, man.
He didn't believe I was a Jay-Z fan like I am. He did not believe it.
We met at the bus stop, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, I didn't even know who Storm was. So I had heard through a mutual friend, I had heard about it, you know what I'm saying? So, I heard it was Jay-Z fan. That's both of our favorite rappers. So I heard it was Jay-Z fan, So I'm like, man, he came up to me, he talked to him. I'm like, man, you ain't no whole fan, you know what I'm saying? I ain't really believe it. So, but turns out, yeah, he really did, and he know music, like the back of his hand. You feel me? So, like I said, he elevate my music to another level. I gotta give him his props on that. You know what I'm saying? He pushed me to another level. You know what I'm saying? I seen him change from transition from just making beats to becoming an actual producer. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha. Yes.
That's all. I respect that. That's all.
So,
So for Mr. Pats, you said you weren't writing back then. So what got you to that point where you started writing and being an MC?
well, and I'm gonna keep it all the way 100 with you, man. I just for real, man. I just get tired of hearing like I don't really. I'm an old school '90s, you know what I'm saying, fan when it comes to hip hop. So a lot of those guys influenced me a lot, you know what I'm saying, and just just the music and what they talked about in the music and everything. So in today's rap, I can get down with some of it, but not a lot. So I said, man, in order for me to hear something that I like, I guess I gotta pick the pen up and rap myself. So that's when I actually took it to the next level to say, you know what, I'm gonna start writing rhymes or whatever. It turned out good for me.
Definitely. And you definitely showcase some of your favorite artists on the Art of 16 Bars.
Oh yeah, no doubt. Yeah. So I always big up the greats though.
Mhm. So with that
So
project, I was going to say with that project that you put out, was that a combination of showing respect and at the same time what you came up on?
yeah, most definitely. I always show respect to the greats and try to big up them and the influences on my life. So or influences when it comes to music, but life too. You know what I'm saying? But music, you know what I'm saying? So I always pay homage and pay respect to them because without them, it wouldn't be no Mr. Bash. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So most definitely, it was definitely on that level. But also to show, just my skills. I wanted to test. It was a challenge for myself to test myself to rap off beats. You know what I'm saying? And I pick hard beats. I pick classic beats. You know what I'm saying? I actually picked
Yeah.
those beats myself because I was like, if I'm gonna do it, you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna challenge myself. I knew it couldn't come laid back on them. I gotta go hard. Because if not, I knew the industry was gonna criticize me on that. Like, man, you can't rap off that if you ain't gonna go hard, you know what I'm saying? So definitely. Yeah.
And how about a little friendly competition? You said that Storm Watkins is put a lot of influence on you. Did he push you, towards putting this out?
Oh yeah.
Did I push you? Pause.
Oh
Did I
yeah,
push
yeah,
you?
yeah. He pushed me most definitely. You know what I'm saying? He was he been out the whole time. You know what I'm saying? I will say that. So he pushed me to put that out. You know what I'm saying? He actually he picked some of the beats too though. He was like, man, I think you should rap off this, or I think you should, you know what I'm saying? He'll hit me up and be like, I think you should do this beat. You know what I'm saying? So
And I was
yeah,
thoroughly
we both,
impressed.
you
I
know,
would
put
say
our
that.
minds together on that.
You say you were thoroughly impressed.
Thoroughly impressed. Mad phone calls immediately after the email. All the time.
Yeah. So
Nice,
that,
nice,
that was
nice.
that, that was a good experience though. I will say that. You know what I'm saying? I might be doing another.
I think we should do it again.
Yeah, I'm about to say Storm been pushing me to do it again, man. To do like 11 through 20 or whatever. Do like 10 more for volume 2 or something. He been pushing me to do it.
Mm,
So I might do that. It might be coming soon.
okay, cool, cool. And what about your Boss Life series? You got 3 volumes out right now.
Hold on, say what again? My internet tripping, man. What you say again? My
Oh,
fault.
okay, sorry. I said you have your Boss Life series as well. You got 3 volumes of that.
Right, yeah. Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah, my those was man, those the volume 1, 2, and 3 was my first 3 projects. And in those projects, you can see the growth throughout my
Mm-hmm.
time period of when I first started writing to volume 3. I would say me myself personally, I think Therapeutic is my best project. You know what I'm saying? It's more complete to where I found myself, my flow, my fan base, who I wanted to cater to, whatever, because the first 2, I kind of say those like mixtapes, volume 1 and volume 2 of Boss Life. So
Okay.
volume 3, I consider that one was an album because everything was original on that one. So, volume 1 and 2, I was trying to find myself on those.
Right.
And shout out to Storm, man. He produced most of volume 3. You know what I'm saying? And shout out to
I
Jarrell
did a
too.
little
He's
bit.
part of
He lying.
HHDG, Jarrell Law.
I did a little bit.
He lying.
On volume 3, the what was it? The AGK cipher. That was one of my favorites.
Oh, where?
That was crazy. That was
That's
crazy.
crazy.
King Rel and
That's crazy.
Cadillac Wallace.
Cadillac Wallace. Wow.
Yeah. Cadillac Wallace, that he's a part of AGK too. You know what I'm saying? He rap too, so he wanted. He nice with it. He nice with it.
Shout out to
Hopefully
Jarrell
we got
Lofton.
Yeah, shout out to Jarrell too. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully them guys will come through with some new projects soon as well.
Yeah, I'd definitely like to hear some more of them. Are they from North Carolina as well?
Mm-hmm. Jarrell, the one that taught me how to make beats.
Mm.
So he's a producer. He's really a stellar producer, if you ask me. He's amazing. He should do more music.
Hey,
Somebody tell him.
He can write too, though. He can really.
He can
He
rap
can write
as
too,
well.
though.
He
You know
the
what I'm
best
saying?
of both worlds.
Yeah.
You need to just make some more stuff.
Yeah.
Be ready for it.
So tell us about that. Tell us how Jarrell, gave you, help you out with them skills.
Man, honestly, I just watched him.
Mm-hmm.
I stayed at the school one day. He had FL Studio on the flash drive. We was in, I forgot what class we was in, but I stayed. It was Mr. Hendricks' class. It was like digital art, something like that. It was something like that. But yeah, I stayed up to school and I just said, man, make a beat and I'm gonna just watch you. And I watched them. And then I had a flash drive of my own. I said, give me FL Studio. I'm taking it home. And here we are today. That's basically it. He didn't really tell me too much. I just watched him.
That's the truth. See,
we still go back and forth. My fault for cutting you off, but we still go back and forth, like giving like certain stuff that we know we might find something out. Like, bro, we could do it like this, make it easy. Mm-hmm. But to be honest, all he did was make a beat, and I watched.
Nice. Now, what I was going to say was, not only being a student, but the ability to watch and learn that quickly.
Yeah.
That's a skill right there in its own. And from our previous interview, your
Mhm.
music.
It's all right. It's okay. It's cool.
You're still humbling yourself.
I'm always be humble, man. I can't never look at myself more than what I
Man,
am.
that's one thing I had to get on him about, man, because he ain't gonna. But
I knew you
that's
was
I
about to
guess
say
that's a
that.
good that's a good way to be though. You know what I'm saying? He don't never put himself past the people that taught him. You know what I'm saying? He stick to the student never better than the teacher mentality. You know what I'm saying? So he stick to
Gotcha.
It's the truth.
that.
If you ask me.
Mm. So, like I was saying, in the beginning of the interview,
Hmm.
Blue is your latest project, and
Yeah.
it's been just over a year since we had the interview. You,
Hmm.
you, how many projects have you put out? Because you've been very
I don't
consistent.
even I don't even know.
And
When was the last interview? Like June?
I think it was June. Yeah,
That's a lot. I put out a lot of music since June of last year. I don't even know. It was a lot though. That's crazy to think about it. But I'm pretty. It got to be over. It's definitely over 5. Yeah, I think I put 4 projects out this year, so it got to be like I say like 8, 9
mm,
from June last year to
probably.
now. Yeah, it got to be.
Yeah, because around that time, you had already released the Marvin tape.
Oh wow! So that means it's mad projects that I dropped after then. It's a
Yeah,
lot.
so yeah, it's probably like maybe like somewhere like maybe 8 or 9.
Yeah, it got to be.
Yeah,
Yeah, got to stay busy.
and like I was saying, your expression through your production,
Hmm.
it's hey, how would I say this? I think it shows your mood and your personality because
Definitely.
each project never sounds the same.
Yeah, I try to. It's definitely my life. That's the best way I can explain it. Like music is my life. My music is not like the ordinary producer music. Like I'm not just making random beats. I can do that in my sleep if I wanted to, but it's something about flipping a sample that's more relatable to what's going on in my life at the moment. Like that's always gonna. I can easily the what best way I can put it. I can easily hear a sample and be like, oh, I can flip this that way. But if I hear a sample that relates to what's going on right now, like I feel it, I'm gonna make
Yeah,
the beat right now versus me saving the sample for later. You feel what I'm
got you.
saying?
Yeah.
So I don't know how to explain it. It's just my life. It's always gonna be that way. That's the reason why I started making music
Yeah,
was to be introspective and because I wasn't like I didn't know how to really talk about what was going on with me. Like I never really knew how to voice what was going on in my actual life. So when it was time for me to make music, I said, well, here's an outlet for me to say what's really going on right now through
right.
instrumentals.
Mhm. Everybody has their own way of expressing it, and you as a producer doing quite well for yourself that way.
I appreciate that. Thank you for that.
And I was just checking real quick. It is 8 projects that you dropped after the Marvin tape.
Damn, that's crazy. I don't even be counting them. I just drop them. That's wild. That is wild. That's all.
They come back to back to back, man.
Pause.
It's like
Hey yo.
he ain't taking no breaks now. That's one thing I will say about him. Like he stay motivated. He keep me motivated.
That's all.
Shout out to Big Lex checking in. They said
Oh,
Blue is a
Malix. Shout out to
masterpiece.
Malix. My nigga Malix.
Yeah, Alex.
He said Blue is a masterpiece. I appreciate that, man. That's probably the hardest body of work I ever made in my life, bro.
Yeah, I remember when you first dropped it, with the passing of your father, rest in peace and everything.
Thank you for that. Yeah, man, it was difficult. Like making that was like I can't even explain. I don't think I can explain it in words. That's why I made the project to begin with, because I didn't want to believe that my father passed away. To be honest with you, I was in denial about it for a minute.
Mm.
And me making the project was just like it was an answer to the question everybody kept asking me every day, like, "Are you okay?" And I never had an answer for it. Like, "How are you feeling? Like, you good? Like, what you feeling like?" So I just said, "I'm gonna name it Blue because I'm kind of sad sometimes, bro. Like, I can't
Right.
even lie to you. I'm so used to being with my dad every day. Like, I took care of my dad caught COVID beginning of January. He was in the hospital for like 2 months. He came home in March. From March up until his last breath, I took care of him. He couldn't do nothing for himself no more. So I had to basically take care of him. So it was very difficult to make because I'm so used to seeing him every day.
Wow.
And that's why I can't listen
Sorry
to
to
that
hear that.
project. I can't even listen to it
Yeah,
because
I
it's
could I
deep.
could understand that. Yeah, I could understand that. And each track, um,
Yeah,
it,
it was
it's
a very
everything from the track
yeah.
names and then just the
Mm-hmm.
music.
Hmm.
You could
I
tell.
could
Yeah.
tell it was very personal though. You
Hmm.
know, you could tell it was personal.
And honestly, I didn't think nobody was gonna like it. I'm being totally honest with you, because it's so catered to me. Like this is like I'm not even thinking about nobody else on the outside. I really made this project for me because I needed to really express the fact that my father passed away. Like I needed it to be real. I needed to see it, even though I seen it in real life. I seen it,
Right,
but it
right.
still was like,
Yeah.
no. One day I'm gonna wake up and I'm gonna go in the room and he gonna be like,
He gonna be right
"What took
there.
you?" He gonna be like, "What took you so long to get here?" I'm waiting for that, but I just know it ain't gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. So I
Yeah.
needed to really stop being in denial about it.
Right. Wow.
That's the thing with music. It's so powerful. You have no idea who you're influencing. Someone could have been
Mm,
going through the same thing at the same time. And
you
even though
said it.
it was personal for you, the
Hmm.
way you orchestrated it, it could have hit them the same way. You would never know.
Bro, I'm talking about grown men and like I don't mean to put nobody on the blast. I ain't gonna say their names, but I'm talking about grown men leaving me messages crying, bro. Like because they lost their dad. That shit was crazy for me. Cause I was just making it for myself. I wasn't thinking about nobody else. Music is wild. I guess
Yeah.
that's why I love music, honestly. That's why I'm a fan of it.
Yeah. You really know. You never really know though how many people. I mean, even the projects I drop, when I see the feedback from it, man, it just be crazy. It be the inspiration to keep going. But at the same time, I be like, man, I never knew this. It was gonna touch this many people, or this many people were gonna listen to it, or whatever. So
Facts.
it's crazy.
Yeah, I think when you make the music genuinely how the two of you do, it
Hmm.
touches more than when you try and force it. Like this is the type of person or this is the type of music I'm going to make so I can reach these people.
Yes. Yes. That's exactly correct. That's
Yep.
it. That's it. That's
Yeah,
what I
that's
do
100%.
it for. That's why I'm a
Yeah.
fan. That's what makes me a fan. Like I would rather listen to a project with no features of an artist just rapping their life
Mhm.
versus a whole bunch of like you just made this up. Just
He
like
told
you
me
just
that
made
on
this, bro.
volume three. He told me that on volume three, man. We want to hear your story. We want to hear your life.
Right?
That's what he told me on volume
Because
three.
everybody has one. Everybody has a
Right.
story, bro.
Yeah. Mm. And this is a perfect segue to go into the album Therapeutic Music.
Mm.
Hmm.
Tell us about this creation.
Man, man, that album right there was it was I wanted to make something, man, that inspired, you know what I'm saying, the world, man. And that's what I try to do through most of my music. I always try to inspire people, make a change in the world, you know what I'm saying? Or, you know what I'm saying, anybody that's going through anything that or that come from the struggle, from the hood, or you know what I'm saying, whatever, you know, whatever your circumstances is, if there's anything you can take from my music and a person can take from my music and can better themselves, that's what I try to do. I try to uplift people and make positive music. You know, of course we all make some music that ain't always 100% positive, but that's my goal most of the time though. You know what I'm saying? That's my goal most of the time. So yeah, therapeutic, man, that's just it was like part of my life, but at the same time, but really it was like 100% my life though. Most of it. I mean, everything I write is most of the time 100% is facts. I lived it, I did it. You know what I'm saying? I don't believe in writing what ain't true, or you know what I'm saying, I put on a persona or whatever. So most of that is 100% true. You know what I'm saying? So I had just had a little girl, so you know that's a lot of it was about her, you know what I'm saying? But then also like past at the same time. I kind of like intertwined the two. It's like the future and the past at the same time.
Mhm.
Shout out to Grace.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's a cutie.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
And that first track, "Life We Choose," I mean, you pretty much explained it right there. You know.
The last song that got
Yeah.
made. It was the last song that
Oh,
got
really?
made.
Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, it was the last song we got made. Storm sent me that beat, man. At the end, I was almost about done with the project, and I was like, man, he was like, "Nah, I got something to say." So he sent me the beat, and I was like, "All right, I can dig it. I can dig it." So it was like, give me about 2 3 days. 2 3 days, I had it back to him. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that and I think all by myself is another
Yeah,
one.
yeah.
Yeah, a couple of them. Yeah, so a couple of them was tracks I already had wrote, man.
Mhm.
Let's see. Oh man, Hustler Story, Hustler Story, Memory
That's one of my
Lane.
favorites. Mm.
Hmm.
Which one?
It was from last year.
Hustler Story.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh,
Oh, Hustler Story. Oh yeah, yeah. Hustler Story,
Mhm.
yeah.
man. R.P. to Arnold, man. One of the guys I was talking about in the song, he passed away. But
R.I.P.
yeah, that Hustler Story, Memory Lane, those and Words of Wisdoms. Words of Wisdom. They was wrote like 20,
It was
like 2020.
I want to
I think
say
2020. I wrote those in like
yeah.
2020. But the other four tracks, huh? You said what now?
No, I didn't say anything.
Oh. But the rest of the tracks was they was new. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's
Now,
definitely
being a mob,
that's definitely that's
that,
my favorite project though.
mm, like you said, that's your most complete project. You know, you had your stepping stones with Boss Life in each volume, and then you had the Art come out, and you got
Hmm.
challenged even more. And those were other,
Right.
those are, like you said, your influences, people you came up on, legends, and then you got therapeutic music. So it's more like the other projects were the mixtapes, and then this was your debut. This is what you want the people to know who Mr. Bats is.
Hmm.
Right. Yeah. This album was like yeah, like I gotta prove, you know what I'm saying, that I really can do this. So, cause I ain't even want no features on this one. I was like, man, I'm gonna just do this all by myself. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna prove that I don't need features. You know what I'm saying? No disrespect to the guys that was on my last album, Volume 3. You know, I appreciate it, but I just wanted to show people that, you know, I can do it by myself too. You know what I'm saying? If I really had to or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So just so they can get a feel of just me by myself, though. That's basically all it was.
Yeah.
And yeah, the influences, man. I always give a big shout out to the influences, man. If you like most of the track lists I put like a Roman numeral 2 behind it or whatever. And let you know what I'm saying. That's hip hop history. I'm letting people know that it's a part 1 out there that you need to go check out. You know what I'm saying? So, Drink the Pain Away 2. That was basically that's off Mobb Deep. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So yeah, so that was and I have done a couple of those.
Rewind 3.
Yeah, Rewind 3. That's off Nas and Game. So
Rewind 3 don't get talked about enough.
It don't though.
My man told the story backwards, bro. Just like Nas and Game.
That's the most challenging song I ever wrote. That's the most challenging song I ever wrote. And Biggie shout out to Storm though, cause he pushed me to write this. Well, he made the beat and he hit me up. He was like, "Man, I think you should tell a story on this. You know what I'm saying? You gotta, tell a story like Big or something. You know what I'm saying? Gotta do some storytelling." So I'm like, all right. At that time, Game had just dropped Born to Rap 2, and I heard Rewind 2, and I was like, man. And it was crazy. So I was like, man, you know what? I'm gonna try to write it backwards. So I was like, I'm gonna write a story, but I'm gonna write it backwards. So, I went and I did it. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, it was that's the most challenging song I ever wrote though. It took me a minute to write out, but it turned out good.
That's another aspect of MCing that I think really shows how nice an artist can be to not just tell a story, but grab the fans and then have that climatic end.
Right.
Yeah, so most of the MCs that I was influenced by, they all told stories. You know what I'm saying? Big J, Nas, Big L, Mobb D. I mean, the list goes on and on. You know what I'm saying? Everybody from the 90s, man. Them guys, that's what they was known for, storytelling. So, and just being authentic, and rapping in real life. So so when you hear my music, that's what I gravitate to. You know what I'm saying? That style of rap. You know what I'm saying?
And a duo that's been quite well at storytelling. And you're also fans of Outkast.
Oh yeah,
Facts.
yeah. Oh yeah, Outkast. Yeah. Oh man, my favorite Art of 16 Bars is part 8 off the Art of Storytelling beat. So, yeah. Yep.
Nice. So as far as got the album Blue and Therapeutic Music, what have the two of you been working on right now?
We ain't got nothing right now at the moment, but we got something in the making though. I say
we gotta make one of the greatest albums. I want to make one of the greatest albums I've ever heard. That's what I told him.
Yeah.
I said when it's time to get down to work on your next project, I want to make one of the best albums I've ever heard. That is the challenge.
I feel like
for me.
I feel like each time I try to top the next one. I mean, try to top the last one. So, which it's hard, you know what I'm saying? Because every time I drop something, I'm setting the bar higher for myself. So, so now I got a top Therapeutic. So the next one got to be a classic, man. I told Stone the other day, I said, I'm one classic away, man. I'm one classic away. So.
Facts.
So, by 2023, I say it'll be something out there.
Okay. Nice. Now I don't know if too many people are familiar with Wilson, North Carolina, but you are actually probably the second MC that I know.
Wow.
From that city.
Who was the first? I need to know this. Who was the first?
Well, not necessarily saying first or second, but I know of two MCs from that, and the other artist goes by the name of JR.
Oh, the homie. That's the homie, bro. I'm proud of him. He's doing a lot. He's covering a lot of grounds out here. Shout out to him. I'm proud of him.
Shout out to him. I heard about him. Yeah. Nice. He nice with it.
Mm-hmm.
So Wilson, North Carolina, man. It's a small city, but
It's a
it's a
lot of
lot of
drama.
talent. Huh?
It's a lot of drama.
Said a lot of drama.
Small city, but it's a lot of talent. It's a lot of talent here. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I wouldn't
It
say
is a lot of talent, bro.
it's a lot of talent here.
Shout out to Floyd. Floyd is
A lot
amazing.
of talent from North Carolina, from Wilson, North Carolina. But I would say, man, the resources is what you know what I'm saying, we don't really have. So we got to go outside of, where we from.
Go to a bigger
to try
city.
to get, yeah. So to a bigger city to try to get the resources or whatever, or get your name out there. Which now, I mean, nowadays you can use the internet, kind of smooth things out a little more for you. You ain't really gotta travel, but it's still best. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Shout out to Wilson, man. I still love y'all, bro.
That's why I met Storm Watkins at Wilson.
I still love y'all, Wilson.
Man, Wilson.
I just got something else going on right now.
Earlier when I spoke about the HGK cipher,
Mm-hmm.
you mentioned other members.
Yeah.
So who are all of the members of All Gold Kings?
Sheesh.
Hey,
yo.
I'm gonna say,
At the moment.
at the moment, we got Storm Watkins,
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Bats, Jarrell Lofton. We got Cadillac Wallace, and you got Bo Peep, who also he sang. He can sing and he can.
He
flow.
can do whatever he can do
He
whatever.
can sing and he can rap. So I mean, and we got other. Shout out to Quan. You know what I'm saying? Now we all don't. Everybody don't make music, but we all we created this together. You know what I'm saying?
Understood.
So yeah, we all created the label together. But as far as the ones that make music, like I said, it'll be Storm, Mr. Bats, Terrell, Cadillac Wallace, and Bo Peep. So yeah. Hopefully you'll hear some new music coming from them guys soon, and they'll drop a project. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to be featured on one of their projects. Hopefully we get a vocal album from Mr. Storm Watkins too soon.
Oh God, bro.
or at least I can get a feature from him on one of my tracks. You know what I'm saying?
We'll see, bro. It take a lot for me to start writing, bro. I gotta have something to talk. I mean, I got a lot to talk about, to be honest, but a vocal. I've been thinking about it. I'm gonna just say that people have asked. You're not the first person to ask. I've been thinking about it, bro. It's gonna take a lot for me to make a vocal album at this point. There's a lot of stuff that happened this year. Like, it'll be crazy though. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Would you feel comfortable?
Oh yeah, I'm definitely comfortable. It's just the fact that I know how much of a perfectionist I am. It's about how long is this gonna take to make it. Because once I'm locked in, I'm locked in. For sure. It's no turning back.
Yeah, you definitely proved that.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
We waiting. We waiting. It don't matter how long it takes. We waiting.
Hey yo. We'll see, bro. I do have a project coming out soon though. Another instrumental project that was supposed to come out before everything got crazy.
Oh,
so
yeah.
That's coming soon.
Definitely look forward to that. Always look forward to your project, man. Trust me.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Now, we were talking about a lot of legends from the 90s, but you dropped a project with the queen of, I would like to say, hip-hop and R&B, Mary J. Blige, with Mary.
Yeah.
Legendary.
Hey, yo. That was a experiment. I'm gonna say that. It was an experiment, man. Like I was looking at a lot of her interviews. I'm gonna just start there, and I was so surprised how she don't look at herself like the queen of hip hop, R&B, and soul. She don't look at herself like that. I was like, what?
Hey,
She's always like kind of like me, if you want to be honest. I don't look at myself like I'm just regular, and that's how she carries herself. So I was just trying to make a project. That's why I named it "We Love Mary." I was trying to make a project to let her know, like, bro, we love you. You are the queen. That's why the name is "We Love Mary" and not "I Love Mary," because we all love Mary J.
Right.
So it was an experiment, and every time I do one of those projects where I'm sampling one artist or group, I really got to be a fan of the artist, and I'm definitely a fan of Mary J. Blige. Been a part of my whole life, if you want to be honest. So it was a challenge. It was a challenge, and it wasn't supposed to come out. I put it out on my own. It wasn't supposed to come out. It was supposed to come out straight to cassette, and I said, no, I need my fans to hear this. It was going to be a delay. It probably wouldn't have came out this year. I said, no, I need my fans to hear this. That's why it's not available for download. It's just streamed. Like, you just listen to it. You can't download it. But I put it out because I wanted my fans to hear it. And the reaction that I got was crazy. So, still will be on cassette one of these days.
Dope. And that one's definitely a hot one.
And I'm glad y'all like it because it was a challenge, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's a lot of beats that didn't make it. I made a lot of beats. It's a lot of them that I just still have.
He always say that.
It's a fact. I don't be lying, bro. The files don't lie. The files do not lie.
Oh man.
It's a lot of beats, man. And I might drop. See, I want to put out I don't want to. This is the real reason. I'm gonna be honest. Since we here, I don't want to feel like I'm trying to gain recognition off their name. I'm really just paying homage to them. Like when I do one of those projects, I don't want it to seem like I'm just trying to gain traction off of their name because I would never do that, like ever. So I'll be trying to fall back. But if the day shall come, I will say this here. I have a lot of beats that never made the Marvin tape. I have a lot of beats that didn't make We Love Mary. I have a lot of beats that didn't make Thank You Daft Punk. I still have them. So one day they might see the light of day. I don't know. But I don't want to make it seem like I'm just trying to gain traction off their name because I would never do that. I'm just a fan. I love them. I will hope they will hear it one day, to be honest. Well, not Marvin, but, yeah.
Man.
And shout out to the Marvin tape because people love that for some reason. I don't know why.
I mean,
people love that project.
I asked him to sound Flying High in the Friendly Sky. And that's what drank the pain. He sent me the beat.
It wasn't supposed to be on the Marvin tape. That was supposed to be his beat. Warning Shot was his beat.
Yeah. And that beat crazy, man. When he said it to me, I was like, "Oh man, I got to kill this." I didn't want to sample it because I love the song so much. And it was crazy. I found out I sampled it in 2010, long time ago when I first started making beats. But I didn't even realize it at the time. I'm like, I'm not sampling this song. I love this album. I'm not doing that. But I did it, and then I'm like, bruh, I think I should put this on the Marvin tape. He was like, I think you should too. So here we are. Shout out to Mr. Batch for that.
Shout him out, yes. So, man. So I mean, the two of you influence each other a lot from what I'm hearing.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, man.
That's great, man.
Yeah, we both try to, what I'm saying, push each other and keep each other going.
Facts. And I know he's gonna be honest. He's gonna be honest with me. He's not.
Yeah, that's another.
He ain't gonna sugarcoat it. If he don't like it, he gonna tell me. Like I don't
Yeah,
like
that's
this, and
another.
I might get mad, but he
And,
gonna
and
tell
he and he the same way with me. You know what I'm saying? If I 9 times out of 10, if I wrote something, Stone probably heard the song first. And I'm gonna ask him like, yo, what you think about this? You know what I'm saying? He gonna let me know if it's all right, if it ain't. You know what I'm saying? He gonna tell me the truth. So,
Facts.
In April of this year, you dropped Variations.
Mm-hmm.
And I know most of your projects, like you said, once you lock in, you go with that. This one, you gave us a very diverse sound.
Yeah, and it all stems back from my dad going to the hospital. Honestly, Ascending and Variations was made simultaneously. I made them both at the same time. Ascending was supposed to be totally different before my dad went to the hospital. When my dad went to the hospital, the music changed. If you listen to Variations and Ascending today and think about the mindset that I was in, listen to those beats. Let It Pour. Like, come on, bro. Like I was really going through a lot, but I still was putting out music. Like it was nothing. So yeah, those projects was made at the same time. Ascendant and Variations. It was the something that I do since probably 2011. When January come around, I make a folder of beats, a lot of beats. I do this. I've been doing this since 2011. I make a big photo of beats, and then whatever I do with them, I just distribute them the way that I do them. But when I had the photo of beats that I had an idea for Ascending, but I had to take it a different direction because of how life was taking me. You feel me? So it was totally different from what it was supposed to be. Variations is probably my favorite project that I put out this year. Honestly, I think Variations is the best project I put out this year. That's just my opinion. Other people think otherwise, but hey, because I did so much, man. I
it's
don't
all
even like to talk. I don't even like to talk about myself. But if we're being completely honest, listen to those beats, bro. Like I really flipped the samples crazy. I'm gonna
that
just be
device
honest
is
right now.
that
I
device
really
is
took it to
right.
I took it to another level. I feel like, and I think a lot of people feel like that because they told me. So it was just me in the zone, bro. I had to really I had to just express my emotions, bro. Like because there was a lot going on around me, but I still had I. It was the craziest thing because last year I feel like I did so much. I got myself to a point. I grew my fan base based off the music I put out last year. I went to a level I never thought I would get to. So it was like a battle of me trying to please a fan base, but at the same time, it's real life shit going on in my life that I can't really talk about right now. So it was like a tug of war, really. Like if you listen to the music, there's a lot of stuff going on. But here we are.
Your expression through your music is, how would I say, it's it's driven. It's very
Mm,
driven through your music because, like you said, you're going through a lot.
right.
When people go through a lot in life, their music might go to the wayside.
Hmm.
Not with you.
That's all. I appreciate that. That's
Yeah.
fire.
I mean, how do you maintain that?
I don't even know. I just love it, bro. Like I don't really like now that like at the age that I'm at right now, I could easily talk to somebody and talk about what's going on with me. But back when I first started making beats, I wasn't so expressive. Yeah, I was expressive to the people that was around me, but to anybody else, I probably wouldn't even tell you what's going on at my household today. Like it was like that. Like I'm not I was so into my own circle. So music was the only outlet. Honestly, like that's how I express myself. And it's ironic that it's instrumentals, but that's how I use sampling. I use sampling as a form of storytelling.
And that's crazy.
Yeah,
Cause he's the only producer I know can do that, man.
I'm not gonna say that. He
Well,
is
I
wild.
mean,
I'm not gonna say that.
no, I mean, yeah,
I'm not saying that.
cause you study producers though, but you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying. Just like my own personal experience, it's like I could just listen to the album and know exactly, you know what I'm saying, how he feeling, what he going through, what kind of vibe he in, or whatever. You know
Mm.
what I'm saying? That's crazy. I'm like, yo, it's
Shout
like
out. Go ahead. Go ahead.
now I was gonna say the way as an artist, me rapping, I write how I feel on a piece of paper. He know how to use the sample to do the same thing. That's crazy.
Shout out to Charles Hamilton. That's who I learned it from. I'm just gonna throw that out there.
Yeah, shout out to Charles. Man. Charles is a legend out there.
He really is. That don't get his credit, but that's the way the game goes, I guess.
mm-hmm. So I keep with it,
Right.
man. I really appreciate how the two of y'all, even when it's not with the music, just how y'all talking, how well
Yeah.
y'all know each other, man.
This my brother, man. I love this dude.
Man, we probably talk almost, man. It ain't a week gonna go by we ain't gonna holler at each other.
Facts.
Yeah, so
At the end of the week, we always we need a recap of what happened.
we tight, you know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Like, yeah, man. That type of chemistry, like I was saying before, it shows in the music. It really does. I mean, sometimes you might not have, this time when the MC and producer might not have known each other for over 10 years, like the two of you, and they just click, and they have it. Other times, it just seems like it's just business. But I love the the way therapeutic music came to be. I definitely look forward to more projects with the two of y'all together. So
can't wait.
And why I people down the south quite often up here.
You said it.
And even now, because I'm born and raised in New York City, even now, that the South influence is still up here.
Right.
They still try to do that sound to cater, but listen to your music that influenced you. You didn't change just because of they came from up where I live at.
Right. Yeah.
You still got your own style to it.
Yeah. Yeah. Fast. Most of my influences. Well, I ain't gonna say that. I'm gonna say a lot of my influences. I mean, I listen to a lot of up north music coming up. You know what I'm saying?
Since birth.
Yeah. Most of the rappers I love, like really like, came up on, found it my first love. I would say most of them from New York. You know what I'm saying? Most of them from up north. You know what I'm saying? I learned kind of late about the South, about my own sound where I'm from, the South. I kind of learned kind of late about a lot of how the music was down South. Because I was so hooked on how the North made music, you know what I'm saying, their rhymes and stuff. But yeah, man, the South don't really get the credit that we deserve. But at the same time, I say back in the day it did. Back in the days it did, you know what I'm saying? To a certain extent. But nowadays, people don't really. The North always get talked about when it comes to hip hop. But I feel like I put my own twist into it. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I got a unique sound. You know what I'm saying? It ain't really South, but it ain't really North neither. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like a in between mix. You know what I'm saying?
You got the best of both worlds.
Yeah. You know, I study both, so You know what I'm saying? So one track you might get, it might sound like it's straight dirty south, but then the next track I can get lyrical on you and come from a New York standpoint. You know what I'm saying?
Go. Another up and coming artist from the South that tells you, I love the term. The South still got something to say.
Oh yeah, the South still got
Facts.
something to say, man.
That's a
Still
fact.
got something to say, man. Shout out to Andre, man.
Yeah.
Shout out to Andre. I need to learn how to play the flute.
Cool.
Shout out to Master P too, cause he put on for the South too.
Definitely. Yeah. Heavy
Facts.
influence.
I am heavily influenced. I will always be, bro. You know this, bro. Like, I love No Limit, bro. That was like collectible items for me when I was a kid. When I don't even care who the artist was. If I seen a No Limits, you can automatically know it's a No Limit case, CD case when you walked in Sam Goody. Like, I'm like, no, I need it. I didn't even care who the artist was. I needed it.
Shout out Pen and Pixel, man.
Facts. We need one of those covers. We need one of those
I
covers.
told Storm I knew you want new covers, man. Since I'm from the South, you know what I'm saying?
Man. All right, I got one last question for y'all. In the making of therapeutic music, what is something that us fans might not know in that process of creating it?
That's a good question.
Oh man,
Fans might not know
fans might not know.
that he didn't want to put the project out. That he wasn't going to put it out. It was the songs that he had tucked away.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that. Yeah, those songs was kind of like those were songs that That's why I said it was from 2020. Those songs didn't make the cut for Volume 3, but I ended up piecing together a project, therapeutic music. But turned out the best project at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? When you added the new songs with it, it turned out to be a great project. But yeah, that's something that the fans ain't know. Those were songs that didn't make the cut. So,
wow, you sequenced that right on.
Yeah. Hey, shout out to Storm on that. He put the track list together. Shout out to Storm. He put the track list together on that.
Oh shit! That shit was hard though.
That's great. Man, I got nothing else to say from that. That's a high point right there.
That's fire. Continue
to influence each other, because the work that I'm seeing coming from the two of you and Mr. Bats, I want to see more from you, because
me too. Me too.
Appreciate it, man. I appreciate the opportunity too for letting me be on the platform.
Appreciate this opportunity.
Yeah.
It's always a good time over here.
Yeah, that album definitely opened my eyes more to you, because I already heard, the Art of the 16 Bars. And then last year having Storm on here, he was like,
yeah, I remember.
Bats, you got to hear more of Mr. Bats. Yeah.
Facts.
Yeah, he shouted me out. I remember that. Yeah.
Definitely. So as always, let y'all take the floor, give y'all shout outs and where they can support Blue as well as other projects. The Storm, you got at least 30 plus projects.
You got his catalog crazy.
I just love it, man. Y'all can go to stormwatkins.bandcamp.com, man. Just go in there. You see something you like, support, share, hit me up. I want you to hit me up. Let me know how you felt about whatever project it is. And that's my piece. The new music on the way, because it's a whole year left. So new music is definitely on the way.
For me, you can go to MrBats.bandcamp.com. That's I got music up there. I got all my projects up there. I got you can find me on YouTube, Mr. Bats. You can find me on all the streaming sites. I'm everywhere. Mr. Bats. All you got to search. So.
There you go.
And he's fire.
And new music on the way. 2023. I'm gonna have something new. I'm gonna have a new classic for y'all in 2023.
We might try to push at the end of this year.
Maybe.
Don't hold me to it.
Hey, it might be sooner than that in 2023.
Facts.
I put both your Bandcamp sites up in the comments for everyone to go check that out.
Appreciate that.
Definitely go out there, go listen, share, and support. Too talented. Man.
Damn, that's the name of the next project. Too talented. Too talented EP on the way.
Hey, you never know.
Facts.
Man, if y'all want to give any shout outs, go ahead, man.
Shout out Jarrell Lofton, man. I'm gonna need this man to put out an instrumental project before the year out. I'm gonna just say that here. Shout out to my dad. I'm gonna say that. I know you watching over this. He probably like, I knew this boy was gonna do something. Man, shout out to the whole HGK clique. There's too many of y'all to name right now. Y'all know who y'all are. And shout out to everybody that's putting out quality music, man. I listen to everything, so there's too many of y'all to name, but it's a lot of good music out here. So shout out to everybody that's holding it down for hip hop. I'm gonna say that.
I'm gonna say shout out to all the HGK soldiers. You know what I'm saying? They know who they is. Shout out to all my fans that, you know, supporting the music, that love my music. That's an honor. Just shout out to Mr. Storm Watkins, man. No doubt, man. I gotta shout him out. He gotta get his own shout out, man, because
oh god.
Yeah, man. Without him I wouldn't be what I am. So I gotta give him a shout out. And just shout out to, you know what I'm saying, my fiance Brittany and my daughter.
Wow, shout out to both Brittany's.
Yeah, so
my Brittany, your Brittany.
Yeah. So I had to shout them out. So and that's it, man. And my family, that's it.
Absolutely. Man, y'all keep pushing each other. I love the music.
Appreciate it.
Y'all will love it too. Definitely go check them out.
Appreciate
Stone
that.
Watkins, Mr. Bats. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And on behalf of our HHDG media crew, I'm going to say peace.
Peace.
Peace.